現実がこんな現実があるというのか。
Number 10, Arifureta, from commonplace to world's strongest. Many came to enjoy this isekai for what it was, an ultra edgelord power fantasy filled with some bizarre harem choices and severe cases of terrible CGI, especially when it came to the monsters. Harmless enough, but an easy way to kill some brain cells. But do you want to know who didn't enjoy himself? The creator of the light novels, Ryo Shirakome, who allegedly writhed on the floor in agony whenever he was sent a storyboard or script for a new episode. Not exactly a good sign. Number 9, Ahiru no Sora. For as earnest as its efforts might have been, this thing was nowhere close to being the next slam dunk. Nor did it reach Kuroko's basketball level of fun. Many have attributed this to having it waste episodes on end without any real development, and the lack of dynamic animation when it came to the basketball matches certainly didn't help things. This sentiment was shared by the manga creator Takashi Hinata, who called the anime's direction terrible and disappointing. He even tweeted out to the official Ahiru no Sora Twitter and called them the worst. Ouch. Number 8, his and her circumstances. Who in their right mind thought getting into an argument with Hideaki Anno was a good idea? This is the man who spent over a decade taking on the company he helped create. Masami Suda stood no chance. The mangaka is well documented in her hatred for the adaptation of her work, mainly due to it prioritizing comedy over drama. Her clashes with Anno got so vicious that everyone ended up walking away from the project, leaving the anime on a cliffhanger ending made of recycled footage. It might be viewed as a beloved shoujo, but the behind-the-scenes confrontations were anything but cute. Number 7, Classroom of the Elite. There's always going to be minor alterations when leaping from one medium to the other, but for writer Shogo Kinugasa, there were just one too many changes for his liking when adapting his work. Instead of striving to gain friends and better himself, lead character Ayano Koji was presented as ice cold from the get-go. The director also appeared to be a major believer that Horikita was best girl, since she often took the spotlight from other key character moments. Maybe that's the reason we haven't had a season 2 yet. Number 6, Kuma Miko, Girl Meets Bear. Everyone familiar with this series knows about its infamous ending, how it went so far off the rails from the source material that it destroyed everything that came before. We're still not sure what compelled the studio to rewrite the ending, but the handling of Machi's character was abysmal. Instead of letting her go through with her dream of being an idol, they emotionally crippled her to the point where she was left as a shell of herself. Naturally, the mangaka, Masume Yoshimoto, was not pleased with the results. Number 5, Bokurano. Here's a conundrum: what happens when creators of a manga and anime based on the same topic have completely contrasting views on how the story should go? Chaos, that's what. Creator Mohiro Kito's dark, depressing, mecha-filled Wonderland apparently didn't sit too well with director Horiyuki Morita, who decided to unleash his own version of the story, along with a heaping helping of anime tropes for good measure. As a result, the two now despise each other's works. Usually, this kind of contention is made by the fans, but hey, there you go. Number 4, Fruits Basket. Much like Toru's journey with the Soma family, there's tragedy and triumph in the history of this anime. While holding a special place inside the hearts of die-hard fans, the original Fruits Basket adaptation had a lot of things wrong with it, and was severely disliked by creator Natsuki Takuya.
Thanks. I didn't think they'd ever leave.
Thankfully, the 2019 version corrected all of those previous missteps with gorgeous animation, while also faithfully adapting the entirety of the manga. One of the reasons it went so smoothly was because Miss Takuya actually joined the production team to oversee things. She really didn't want history to repeat itself. Number 3, Mobile Suit Victory Gundam. Oh, you thought the original Gundam series could be depressing? Just wait.
こんな現実が
Famed for taking a miserable tone and tackling some mature themes, Victory Gundam pulled no punches when it came to wiping out the majority of the cast in a variety of upsetting manners. So why the sudden change? Sadly, Gundam's original creator, Yoshiyuki Tomino, was suffering from depression at the time, which inevitably bled over into his work. He's since gone on record to say that he regretted his actions and how it affected the results, and that's bleak. Number 2, Bleach Hellverse. Taito Kubo has a complicated history when it comes to the Bleach anime. On the one hand, he's contributed to many of the filler arcs and movies, overseeing many of the franchise's best moments. That being said, he was none too pleased about the final Bleach movie. The portrayal of Hell was apparently far removed from the vision he had set down. It obviously stuck with him, since Bleach's recently released chapter was practically dedicated to reintroducing Hell and establishing the actual lore. Number 1, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Phantom Blood. Poor Jonathan Joestar. It took forever to get a decent adaptation of Phantom Blood, and this wasn't it. Never released to home video, this version of JoJo's first arc was so poor that Araki prevented any of it from finding its way onto DVD. On the downside, this meant it would take a while longer before the anime world was introduced to the original Joestar's crazy escapades. On a positive note, it ensured that the version audiences did receive in 2012 actually featured Speedwagon this time around, and that is bloody important. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.